Hello, elementary school parents, and thank you for checking out our tutorial on the new designed MMS report card. Today, I will be showing you what the new report card looks like since semester 1 grades are being released. And as you know, the grading system has had some changes over the last couple years, with this year being the most enhanced with all the information there in one place for us to see. If you have joined me, Natalie Barbarian, at Coffee and Curriculum, then you have some information on our newly designed reporting system and have some background information on why we decided to make this change to benefit our students. The number one thing that this grading system does is provide grades that are accurate and provides grades that are fair. And that is exactly what we want for our students so that they can become active learners, not passive learners in the process, in the time while they're in school, and for them to really see what areas are they doing really well in, and in what areas can they use more support and put in more effort. So I will be going through this with you briefly with screenshots from sample report cards. So the report card looks, the top of the report card, you're going to find all the information that is usually on a report card. You have your student's name, grade level, class, and birth date at the top. You have the attendance information for that current semester, including absences and tardies that are excused and unexcused, as well as just the school's information. Most importantly here, we have the box that says grade translations. So you're going to notice that in the grades translations box, there are two separate columns. There's a performance level column and there's an effort level column. This is a very important part of the grading system where we have separated taking grades and averaging them all out to include a student's participation, a student's test scores, a student's behavior, because that doesn't give us a true accurate depiction of what a student knows or doesn't know, their mastery level. So for that reason, you will see two separate grades for every content area. You will see performance grades depending on the skill or the standard they're learning. They're either going to be a 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0. And then you'll also have their effort levels. So just a reminder, our academic proficiency levels, we have a scale from 0 to 4, as well as the slash, which means not assessed at this time. And it is important to note that a 3 is proficient. These numbers or these points do not equate to letter grades. A 4 is not an A 3 is not a B. It doesn't work that way. We are really looking at the definition of these words. So when it says proficient, this is where the student has mostly mastered the learning objectives and can do it with minimal guidance. This is what is expected of the student at their grade level. If the student is performing at grade level standards or at grade level expectations, then they are a 3. If a student is close to being able to do the standards for that grade level, but needs some assistance with it, that would be developing, a 2. And a student who has mastered the learning objective doesn't mean that they are working above grade level. It means that they have taken the content that is at grade level, at a 3, and they can apply it or explain it and can take it to the next level. And during all of, or most of all of our assignments and our assessments, teachers provide opportunities for students to challenge themselves. And they know when they're assigning homework or tests, which questions or which level of questions they're providing. So are these mastery level questions? Are these proficiency level questions? Are these questions that are developing or beginning that require lower cognitive level of questioning? So this is very important to refer to this table to look at the definitions when looking at your students' scores. So on the next part of the report card, you'll see the essential skills and habits. Right before we go into the different subjects, you're going to see the academic performance in the essential skills and habits, which are divided into 3 categories. We have academic skills, life skills, and work habits. And this is being assessed using the effort levels. So not a 1, 2, 3, 4, but as you can see, they're either going to be consistently doing these things and receiving a C, they moderately show that they do these things, so it's an M, or they rarely show that they are performing at this level, so that they would get an R. And the most important thing to recognize is that this is just for semester one. So once a student receives a score, it doesn't mean that it stays that way. And this is for both the effort levels and the mastery levels, that they have an opportunity to continue to show growth and progress. And that's what this type of grading encourages. So the first content area or the first subject you will see on your child's report card is English Language Arts, or ELA. Now, one of the main differences of this grading system in compared to the traditional grading system is that you no longer have one grade for ELA. In the past, it would be just one grade that showed how a student is performing in English Language Arts, and it would combine all the different strand areas, whether it was writing, whether it was comprehension, whether it was spelling, whether it was phonics, all of those into one grade at different weights and average it out, but also include their participation in their homework. This grading system gives us a better opportunity to see the different strands. So in English Language Arts, you will see to the right, it says reading foundational skills, which is phonics. It's the first strand. Reading literature and informational text, which mostly focuses on comprehension skills. You have writing narratives, writing informational texts, writing informational pieces and opinion pieces, as well as language, which includes the grammar, and speaking and listening, a student's ability to present and to speak clearly. So here are all the different strands. So you can see that a student can be doing very well or going above what is expected at their grade level in one strand, but there can be other areas where there is room to grow and improve. So this gives us an idea of where a student should be practicing more. And at the bottom, you'll notice that there's an effort level. So you have the mastery level for each strand, and then you have the effort level, which shows are they consistently, moderately, or rarely showing effort in this subject area. So this is a place for us to acknowledge a student's effort when it comes to homework and participation, because that is still very important. We don't want to take that away from the student, because that is a lot of the work a student does is showing their effort, but we need to separate that from their mastery level. Moving on to mathematics, the strands are just slightly different for the different grade bands. So at the top, you'll see kindergarten. The strands include counting and cardinality, which is in the other grade levels. Then you'll see first through second grade, third through fifth grade. So you can check out their mastery level again, as well as their effort level. You'll notice in mathematics, there are more slashes, which means that it hasn't been assessed at this time. Math is taught in units, and the units focus on one strand at a time. So for example, measurement and data is usually towards the end of the year, as well as geometry. So you can see down the line in all the grade levels that that's something that hasn't been reached yet, but you will see that in semester 2. Armenian is now also aligned to the standards and mimics the English Language Arts strands. So it's very similar. You'll see reading foundational skills, which is their ability to, it's the phonics, it's the ability to read, versus the comparison, which is literature and informational text, the comprehension, writing, language, speaking, and listening in Armenian, as well as their effort level. A student can be struggling in Armenian, for example, in writing and speaking, but can be putting in a lot of effort. So we definitely want to show that, or the other way around. A student can be thriving and really striving in certain content areas, but puts in minimal effort. So that's something to highlight. You have your science and social studies, where you have your science skills as well as their effort levels. And finally, we have our specialty classes. Specialty classes would include PE, computer for our students that take computer, dance, and music. And again, you see the skills that are associated with that grade level, with that content area, excuse me, as well as the effort that goes with it. This is a lot of information, and I'm sure, might have questions. Please feel free at any time to reach out to me via email, and I would be happy to set up an appointment where we can speak in person and go over the grading system in more detail. You can also find a parent's guide to standards-based grading that is posted on our school website and attached to the email where you found this video. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am always here to talk about the grading system. We truly believe in this system. We've put in a lot of research and effort over the last several years to figure out what is the best system of grading for our students so that we can develop lifelong learners. This is something that is backed by research, and we have taken the time to tweak it to make sure that it fits our school. So thank you for your patience as we continue to make small edits and enhancements to make sure that this is really providing accurate and fair grading for our students. Thank you.